Yo, howdy all, grab yourself a drink, it's time for some Path of Exile discussion. This has been an interesting league for those of you that aspire to get yourself a Headhunter. The price on this item has not risen anywhere near as high as it's been historically in recent leagues, especially since it was made rarer in 3.14. This has been a much easier league to get your hands on a Headhunter than most previous ones. The reason for that has been partly that since the Archnemesis changes, the item has just been a lot worse than it has been before. And there's been a second factor that compounded that, which was content creator Grimro, who has very wide reach on YouTube, doing a bunch of extensive testing of the item and releasing a video on May 25 saying that, in his opinion, the item is pretty much ruined. And as a result, a lot of people who might aspire to get themselves a Headhunter early in the league and then perhaps upgrade it to a Mageblood or supplement it with a Mageblood later in the league, those players are instead opting to use a rare belt instead, and then potentially at some point down the line try to acquire themselves a Mageblood, or maybe they'll just use the rare belt for the entire league. They're skipping out on the Headhunter entirely, and these are the people who have the means to get 100 exalts and pay 100 exalts for Headhunter. They're simply not interested in spending 100 exalts on this item. As a result, it's a lot more affordable than it's been in previous leagues. However, this graph that you can see here does not tell the whole story. This is its price trajectory from league start. This is for the Doctor, not for the full Headhunter, and the trajectory that it had, but it has also jumped up in the last couple of hours. So if we have a look at the trade site, you'll see there's always the odd person that's posting that either has just logged on and hasn't updated their prices, or that has no intention of selling. But once you go down about 10 listings, you'll start seeing that each copy of the Doctor is looking like it's around 6 exalts or 1044 chaos. This is actually the fair market price of a Doctor card at the moment, which puts the price of Headhunter up at around the 50 exalt mark or the 8,000 chaos mark right now. This is a recent change, and it's due to something GGG posted. So GGG have said they're not that happy with Headhunter no longer being an Uber item, and as a result, they made a little tweet in response to someone's comment to the Path of Exile account saying, is there going to be a Headhunter fix? And the Path of Exile official account responded with, we're actively working on a solution for Headhunter and we'll deploy it as soon as it's ready, but fundamentally it's not ready yet. This has had a pretty interesting impact where a lot of players have started buying up Doctor cards, nurse cards, patient cards, whatever they can afford, in anticipation that this goes live in the middle of the league. Now, we don't know whether it's going to go live in the middle of the league or not. It does sound like it probably will from this post, although that is definitely not confirmed. So ultimately, it's up to you. You've got the information now. You can decide whether or not you're interested in trading for Doctor cards or nurse cards or patient cards at the moment. If you are, then obviously you're taking a bit of risk that this change is actually ready in the middle of this league. If it's not ready in the middle of this league, then maybe you'll just end up with another Headhunter in Standard. But maybe you want that too. Anyway, that's all I've got on this. May your Varlobs have interesting results, and I will see you around.